Man, you really just got to be in your own lane. And you have to find the things in life that works for you. It's just like certain things you eat, certain things you do, certain things that like that hit a trigger point in your head are different for all of us. Like, yeah, some of us have some similarities in certain things, but most of the time, bro, it's like we are different. We are different. We are creatures of habit. We are creatures of our past, things that happen to us. That's what's going to mold us into what we like and what we don't like. And it kind of hit me when I was like, man, it's like when I drive, I have to drive with music. I have to drive with music. It's just like, who drives without music? That was always just like, bro, there's people who actually just be in their car, listening to the road, listening to the city, just riding regular. And turns out there is people who don't listen to music when they drive. And just because that's their preference doesn't mean it's wrong. That's what works for them. Just because I like listening to music every time I drive, that's what's for me. But if I was stuck in the mindset of, oh, that's weird that you don't do it, or that's lame, or that's not cool that you don't listen to music, what kind of person am I? That those people who are judgmental about what other people do and what they like and what they do in their spare time, it's kind of crazy work, right? It's like that's crazy that people actually operate like that. And I just feel like that they are the most miserable people, though. They're the most judgmental people to themselves. They don't like themselves. If you could sit up here and say, oh, doing that ain't cool, that's lame, but doing it my way is the cool and lame way, I honestly think those people are lame. You the lame one. You lame. Because it's like, bro, everything is not for everybody. Everything is not for everybody. And I think one of the biggest lessons I've learned is I'm not for everybody. That's what helped me with making content and making videos and actually starting, was understanding that I'm not for everybody, but I'm for somebody. Let me say that better. I'm not for everybody, but I'm for somebody. So I'm doing a disservice to myself and to other people when I'm comparing myself to other people and I'm not putting out the content. I'm not being myself, and I'm changing up and being fake and being something that I'm not to suit a narrative that I've painted in my head or that social media or other people have painted. And that's a disservice. That's a disservice to myself. That's a disservice to other people. And that's why I think as people, as humans, we just have to be more of ourselves. Because there is a community out there. There are a group of people out there that's going to accept you for exactly who you are and what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish, and just the things you like, the things you do. It's just like a relationship. It's like you're going to find somebody who likes the things you like, majority of it, that agrees on the things you agree on. Even when it comes to the politics, you know, they're going to agree with the things that you agree with, because it's going to be hard to be with somebody who's on the other side of those things. Like if you bring religion, like it's going to be hard for you to be with somebody who doesn't believe in God and you believe in God. Could it work? Yeah. There's proof that it works for some people, but for most people it's not going to work if you don't believe in the same things. It's going to always lead to conflict and friction. But it's like we don't have to operate our lives we don't have to operate our life like a relationship, though, like with other people and friends and stuff. It's like I can have friends who don't believe in God, even though I don't prefer it. But I can definitely have a conversation and be cordial with people who don't believe in God. It's not my problem. I'm not going to make an issue of it. You can believe in what you want to believe in. And just like there's people who do drugs and I can have a conversation with. Doesn't mean I agree with you. Doesn't mean I'm going to be a part of it. Or, I'm probably not going to really want to hang out with you because I don't do drugs. And it's just not going to be fun for me because you're on something different. But it doesn't give me the right to sit here and crucify you or, push you or talk about you behind your back or kick you when you're down just because you do something that I don't agree with. I just don't believe in that. I just believe in everybody have their own journey, their own process, and we have to be patient with people, and we just have to be understanding. Even when they're wrong, even when they're doing something that we don't agree with, even though they're doing something that we may feel is lame. Is I have my opinion, but I keep it to myself because I'm a respectful person. And it's just like, okay, you believe that this is what it is and you want to do this, that's on you. But I also know that there's a flip side to it. It's like we have to accept people for the lifestyle that they chose. So if you are on some crazy stuff, some wild stuff, some drug stuff, some abusive stuff, then I think you, as the person that's doing that, has to understand that I have a choice to be around you or to accept your lifestyle. And if I don't accept it, doesn't mean I can't have a conversation with you, but you got to understand why I don't want to be around you. You got to understand why I don't want to be associated with you, because you may be doing something that's against what I believe that you should be doing. You know what I'm saying? And it's all tricky because you don't want to be judgmental. And I try my best. I'm human. I try my best not to be judgmental or talk about people and, judge people from a bird's eye view, not knowing their past traumas or what they're going through and what they got going on or whatever. I try to be fair. I try to be fair as best as possible, but I also have to protect myself. I have to protect my mind, protect my family, protect my peace. So if you are on that type of timing, then I have every right to disassociate myself with you, but I try not to judge you for your decisions, because you never know, man. Some people, they go through hard times and they just choose a different lifestyle that suits them in that season of their life. It just, that's what they thought was best for their life, even if I disagree with it, even if I feel like that's not the way to go. I feel like that about a lot of people, even successful people, even people who are good in their relationship right now. I may have felt like, oh, maybe if you took this route, you'll be a little bit better. But that's not up to me. And we have to start minding our business, bro. We have to start minding our business when it comes to other people. Like, you have to understand what works for them is what works for them. And what worked for you may not work for them, but it worked for you. So be happy for you. And if somebody coming to you for advice or, they want to change their life, that's when you start stepping in. But I just think, as people, we're a little too judgmental of other people and what they choose to do with their life, do with their spare time, even their sexuality. It's like, I'm Christian, I believe in God, but I mind my business. I mind my business. Whatever you decide to do, that's on you. That's your life, and that's between you and God. That's not on me. And I think we be taking it as personal attacks because of how somebody else lived their life. And it's not a personal attack. Like, mind your business. As long as you not doing whatever you don't believe is right, like, you good. But we always just trying to be in other people's space. Like, everybody has their own journey. And it's like, I'm not going to ever come for other people or talk about what they did or what they're doing when we all have flaws. We all have things that we could be better in and do better in, and just in every area, in business and at our job, with our friends, with our spouse. You know what I'm saying? With everything that we have in life, there's always ways to be better and do better. And it's just it's dumb to sit around and just be judging people in their worst moments, in their bad moments. It's just stupid, because we all go through it. And if you haven't gone through it, you will go through it. Nobody lives a perfect life. No matter how they paint the picture on social media, they just showing you highlights of their life. They're not showing you the nitty gritty. They're just not. It's just not sexy. Negativity is just not sexy. It's not sexy. So they're going to show you the happy moments, and but it's crazy because social media kind of has become where they're showing you a lot of the negative, and you just like, hey sis, hey bro, maybe you shouldn't just come on this app and share that. But that's a topic for another story. I just was thinking about that. Like, man, it's so tricky, right? You just try your best to not be judgmental and talk about people and just, try to understand people, and just realizing that other people have their own preferences, and it's just like that's just life, man. And we just have to be okay with other people being different. Like we have to be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? And yep, just wanted to get that off my chest, I guess. Bye. Simple.